Let's welcome Greg Marshall, head coach of Wichita State, who joins us now here on CBS Sports Radio. How did you force Trey Woodall into such a rough performance?
Amy, you got to give credit to the guys that were out there defending and being as tough and as energized and as passionate about that defensive end of the floor as anyone could possibly be. And that's Tikel Cotton, who had the primary role of guarding Trey Woodall, and he had given us 19 points, Woodall, as a freshman in Kansas City. And I think Tikel Cotton was a junior in high school at that point. But now as a sophomore, he gets the responsibility of guarding one of the top players in the Big East and does a wonderful job forcing him into a tough shooting night. And then Malcolm Armstead is guarding their point guard and doing a great job of disrupting and pressuring the ball. We were able to get some transition baskets just simply by cutting passing lanes and not allowing them to enter the basketball.
I have heard several people describe this matchup as a mirror image, the Shockers against the Panthers. How did you prep your team for seeing a style of basketball that's so similar to yours?
Well, it was pretty easy, other than I kind of told my team it's us on steroids. These guys are bigger, taller, stronger, and we're pretty big now. We can match most teams, but Pitt's huge. And Steven Adams is 7 feet, 250 pounds, walking in the door as a freshman. And Zana is a big, strong kid, and they bring a lot of guys off the bench. They were probably an inch or two taller than us across the board. But we have a style very similar, and we can obviously play that style, and we did so yesterday very successfully.
Did you feel like your team set the tone as opposed to reacting to what the Panthers were doing?
Exactly. We told them, not literally, but you have to hit first. If they're big and strong and they're going to rely on that by backing you down the post and trying to offensive rebound by pushing you under, you've got to be the one to hit first. You can't react and already be right under the restricted arc and trying to secure a defensive rebound. You've got to go to them and find them and force them away from the basket.
So now with that victory, you earn a date with the top-ranked team in the land, one of the top seeds in Gonzaga. Great thing about the tournament, coaches and assistant coaches get to scout in person as opposed to watching video. So what did you see between the Bulldogs and Southern yesterday?
Well, I think they came out and were surprised, as everyone was, how well Southern played. I mean, Southern played a great game, and Roman did a wonderful job getting his guys to execute and make shots, and that's being overlooked, I think. And then Gonzaga made the shots down the stretch. Pangos knocks in a couple big ones. Bell hits a big one, and they acted like the number one team in the land and the number one seed down the stretch when they had to. Their backs were against the wall, and they really made big-time plays. So we're anticipating getting Gonzaga at their best. Obviously very well coached. Olenek, I think, is an NBA guy. Pangos, Bell, Harris, those guys all can be stars in their own right. So you got to pick your poison. We're going to have to really defend. We're going to have to limit them to one shot as best we can and then make them guard on the other end.
From a coaching standpoint, how much do you change when you only have 48 hours now to try to prepare for something completely different?
Well, you can't change a whole lot. We've got to really do a great job with our principles. That's why you start teaching solid principles on October 15th back in the fall. And at this point, you can only tweak so much because you don't want your guys to be confused. A confused athlete can't be an aggressive athlete. So we've got athletes, and we want to make sure they're playing with their hair on fire. So not that we want to be simple, but we want to make sure that they understand what we're after so that they can implement the game plan and really play hard and tough and passionate along the way.
Coach Greg Marshall of Wichita State with us here on the Doug Gottlieb Show on CBS Sports Radio. I'm Amy Lawrence. It wasn't a banner day for the Missouri Valley Conference. That point, seeing some of the other teams that fell, Creighton obviously still in action right now against Cincinnati, but why do you think that your conference struggled a little bit?
Well, our conference didn't struggle a little bit. We're the two teams that are in are still playing. I think you're talking about the Mountain West Conference.
It's my fault. I'm sorry about that. Well, tell me the opposite way. Why do you believe that your teams have had success so far?
Well, it's a great basketball league, and Creighton's talking about they're now going to the new Big East. Well, I think we proved yesterday that we can play in the old Big East. So I don't know what league Pitt's in. I can't keep up with these changes, but I know that our team and Creighton's winning right now against Cincinnati. So I just think that this is a traditional basketball league. It's over 100 years old. It's nothing but a basketball league. Basketball is the king in our league, and we'll continue to be strong. And our guys I think will be better next year, because this was supposed to be our rebuilding year, and we've survived it admirably. And now I think we can go on and put a string of NCAA tournaments together, and hopefully continue to get advance once we get there.
How many fans did you have make the trip?
Oh, we've got a ton. Shockers travel well. Other than Gonzaga, who we play tomorrow, we've got the most. Our fans you'll see a lot of yellow in the stands. There's a lot of folks making their way right now out here to Salt Lake City. So we travel well. No matter where we go, we're very, very well represented. We sell out every home game, 10,500 people. So this is a community that really loves basketball. The state of Kansas really loves basketball. So we're very fortunate to have such wonderful support.